Namaste. Welcome to another spiritual lecture. Tonight's topic is contradiction, an elegant flower. Contradiction is an act that we all subconsciously practice on a daily basis. And when I say that we subconsciously practice it on a daily basis, I mean that we effortlessly just do it without thinking or knowing. Firstly, we do so in speaking as we bridge and expand a sentence with the word but. In a marginally more brazen fashion, we subconsciously exercise it again in speech. How many times has one asked or accused another of doing a certain thing? If the answer is a few or more, and given that we are based in Northern Ireland, it is a safe assumption to predict an answer like, I didn't do nothing. The above claim is a double negative. It is an unorthodox equivalent to claiming, I did something. Contradiction is a key element to existing and surviving. It presents an equilibrium in which the human brain detects a collection of options and is left by virtue of one's instinct to distinguish right from wrong. The biblical story of Adam and Eve tells at an intermediate level of man and woman falling in love. In allegory, we are informed of opposites attracting. Typically, there are personality traits and skills that may feature stronger in a male or female. From the era of the earliest biblical writings, the implication behind a heterosexual romance is to instill a sense of moderation and inform of the need of one another. Zen philosophy is typically Eastern. It is a core emphasis on reality and belief centered around the present moment. Subsequently, its teachings are poetically draped in complex, poetic, deep, and humorous suggestions of not being anally retentive with trivial issues and or material possessions. Therefore, to prioritize and in turn progress, all that should be necessary to remember is how to forget. And I will back up the logic of said theory by paraphrasing Irish playwright, poet and painter William Percy French, whose self-composed epitaph read, Remember me is all I ask, and yet, if remembrance proves a task, forget. Now, Percy French was a devout Anglican, and subconsciously he tapped into the Zen ethos when he wrote the epitaph that I have just paraphrased, because arts and Zen share that yoga ethos of being lost in the moment and the existence and the fruits thereof being in just being lost in one's solitude and creativity. If one literally and physically holds on to the branch of a tree, they are displaying a high altitude of physical endurance. In an attempt to maintain that intense degree of agility, their brain may momentarily freeze and be reminded of past sufferings, and doing said task to assure oneself of confronting demons as an exercise in detaching of past ordeals and traumas. If they literally and physically let go of the branch, they fall and inflict momentary fractures on their body. In knowing that they won't die, the individual also attunes themselves to the universal truth of time having the capacity to heal. Physical wounds also repair in the same fashion as emotional wounds, that is, breath, time, rest, and accepting belief of God's existence. If an artist fuses black with white, the sum total is the colour grey. In doing so, we accept there are aspects of life that are not as simple as black and white, wrong and right. The purpose of existence is the quest of balance. Namaste. Thank you for listening. Good night.